Chapter 23. How Krimeheld thought to avenge her wrongs. With her great worship of the truth, they lived together until the 7th year. In this time the queen was delivered of a son, at which King Etzel could not have been more joyful. She would not turn back until she brought it to pass that Etzel's child was christened after the Christian rite. Men named it Ortleb, and at this great joy arose all over Etzel's land. Whatever courtly breeding Lady Helga had possessed, Dame Krimeheld practised this full many a day. Herat, the exiled maid, who in secret grieved full sore of Helga, taught her the customs. Well was she known to the strangers and the home folk. They vowed that never had a kingdom had a better or more bounteous queen, and this they held for true. She bare this praise among the Huns until the 13th year. Now watched she well that none would thwart her, as royal men-at-arms still do to a prince's wife, and that all time she saw 12 kings stand before her. Over many a wrong she brooded, that had happened to her at home, and she thought likewise on the many honours in the Nibelungenlied, which she had there enjoyed, and of which Hagen's hand had quite bereft her at Siegfried's death. And it perchanced her that she might not make him suffer for his deed. That would hap, if I might but bring him to this land. She dreamed that Grisler, her brother, walked often with her hand in hand, and always she kissed him in her gentle slumber. Later suffering came to both. I ween the fool fiend did counsel Krimeheld this, that she withdrew her friendship from Grisler, whom for forgiveness' sake she had kissed in the Burgundian land. At this hot tears gan soil her robe. Early and late it lay within her heart, how without fault of hers they had made her wed a heathen man. Hagen and Gunther had brought her to this pass. This wish she seldom gave her over in her heart. She thought, I am so mighty, and have such great wealth, that I can do my foes an injury yet. Full ready would I be for this towards Hagen of Troneg. My heart doth often yearn for my faithful kin. Might I be with those who did me wrong, my lover's death would be well avenged. Scarce can I abide this, spake Etzel's wife. All of the king's men, Krimheld's warriors, bare her love and duty bound. Of the chamber Eckhort had charge, which won him many friends. None might gainsay Dame Krimheld's will. All time she thought, I will beg the king, that he in kindly wise may grant me to bring my kinsman to the Hunnish land. None marked the evil purpose of the queen, and one night, when she lay by the king, and he did hold her in his arms, as he was wont to love the noble dame, who was dear to him as his very life, the high-born lady thought her of her foes. To the king she spake, Dear my lord, I would fain beseech you, by your grace, that ye would show me that ye do love my kinsfolk, if I have earned thy favour. Then spake the king, for true was his heart, I'll give you to know, whoever will the knights may fare. I may well have joy of this, for never have I won better kin through woman's love. Again the queen spake, It hath been well told you, that I have high-born kin. Therefore I grieve that they so seldom reek to see me here. I hear the folk aver that I be banished. Then spoke King Etzel, O dear lady of mine, and it think you not too far. I will bid hither to my lands, from across the Rhine, whomso you be so fain to see. The lady joyed when she heard his will. She spake, Would ye show me your faith, my lord, then send envoys to Worms across the Rhine, through whom I may tell my kinsfolk that I have in mind. Thus there will come hither to our land many a noble knight and good. And he answered, It shall hap when so ye build. Ye might not be more glad to see your kin than I to see the sons of the noble Uta. It doth irk me sore that they have been strangers to us so long a time. And if it pleases you, dear lady mine, I would fain send my minstrels for your kinsmen to the Burgundian land. He bade the good minstrels be fetched straightway, and quickly they hasted to where the king sate by the queen. He told the twain that they should be envoys to the Burgundian land, and bade full lordly weeds be made ready for them. Clothing was prepared for 24 warriors, and the message was told them by the king how they should bid Gunther and his liegemen hither. Krimeheld the queen talked with them apart, then spake the mighty king, I'll tell you what to say. I offer to my kin my love and my service, that it may please them to ride hither to my land. But few such welcome guests have I known, and if they perchance will fulfill my wish, tell Kriemhild's kinsmen that they must not fail to come this summer to my feast, for much of my joy doth lie upon the kinsmen of my wife. Then spake the minstrel, the Pouts Fimmel, when shall your feasting be in these lands, that I may tell it yonder to your kin? King Etzel then answered, On next midsummer's day. We'll do as you command, spake then Verbal. The queen bade them be brought secretly under her own bower, where she then talked with the envoys. From this but little joy happed to many a knight. To the two messengers she then spoke, Now earn ye mickle goods, and that ye do my pleasure full willingly, and give the message which I send to my native land. I'll make you rich in goods, and give you the lordly robes. And if you see any of my kin at Worms upon the Rhine, you must not tell them that ye ever saw me sad. Tender my service to the heroes brave and good. Beg that they do as the king doth bid, and thus part from me all my grief. The Huns ween I be without kith and kin. Were I a knight, I'd visit them myself at times, and say to Gernot too, the noble brother of mine, that none in the world doth love him more. Beg him to bring with him to this land all of our best of friends, that it may be to our own honour. Say also to Grisler that he remember well I never gained grief through fault of his. Therefore would mine eyes fain sue him. For his great loyalty I would gladly have him here. Tell my mother also of the honours which I have, and if Hagen of Tröneg be minded to stay at home, who then should lead them through the lands? From a child he knoweth the roads to Hungary. The envoys wist not why it was done, that they should not let Hagen of Tröneg stay upon the Rhine. Later it repented them full sore, and with him many a knight was doomed to savage death. Letters and messages had now been given them, and they rode forth rich in goods, and well could lead a sumptuous life. Of Etzel and his fair wife they took their leave, their persons ordained farewell with the goodly weeds.